Hey, what's up guys? Miguel here from Toy Quest 101, and on this episode of That Geek Statue Show, we're going to be joined by art director and designer Joe Allard to help us unbox and review the new and highly anticipated Darth Vader from Obi-Wan Kenobi, the damaged helmet, Legends in 3D bust from our friends over at Gentle Giant. And that episode is going to start right now. Hey, what's up guys? Miguel here as always, and welcome to another episode of That Geek Statue Show right here on Toy Quest 101. Now, like I mentioned before guys, we have a special show lined up for you guys today because on this episode, we're going to be joined by none other than Joe Allard, the art director and designer behind all the Legends in 3D busts for Gentle Giant and Diamond Select, and he's going to be giving us his inside look and thought process and ideas behind this amazing Darth Vader design that we have right here in front of us. Now, before we start, as always, guys, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to Toy Quest 101, and don't forget to hit that notifications bell so you don't miss any toy reviews, statue unboxes, or any celebrity guests that might pop up on our show. Now, as you guys know, Hayden Christensen reprised his role in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series as Darth Vader, and this is what we have right here. This is the Darth Vader damaged helmet from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and I'm really pumped up because I got to see this prototype design at New York Comic Con last year, and it was a very popular design, and this is one of the most highly anticipated Star Wars pieces to come out of Gentle Giant, and I cannot wait to see what it's all about. Now, as always, let's start with the box. You have your typical Star Wars Gentle Giant box. It's all black, but you do see the design of the bust right here in front of us. And I'm telling you guys, this looked absolutely amazing as a prototype, and I cannot wait to see and review this for you guys today. But before we start, let's head over to Joe Allard so he could give us an insider look at how he designed this amazing bust.
Hey, thanks, Miguel. This piece was a lot of fun to work on. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so anytime I get to design something from a galaxy far, far away, I'm pretty stoked about it. This piece also presented a really cool opportunity to revisit Darth Vader. We had done a previous Darth Vader bust based on his appearance in Empire Strikes Back. So to be able to revisit the same character at a different point in his evolution was pretty cool. One thing about classic Vader is during the big reveal in Return of the Jedi where Luke takes his helmet off, you know, he looks kind of like a sad old man. And he is at that point, and it was right for his look at that point in his evolution. He was old, he was defeated, Luke had saved him from the dark side, so he wasn't angry anymore. But as a lifelong fan, I always had a strong desire to see Vader in his prime. I wanted to see angry Anakin unmasked. I wanted to see him full of rage. And that was the opportunity that we had with this piece inspired by his look in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. So for me, a lifelong fan, being able to show evil, angry Anakin, you know, peering through the crack in his helmet, staring down Obi-Wan Kenobi, full of rage, was just a really satisfying opportunity. So one of the things that I like to do on all these Legends in 3D busts is to try and get some emotion in the character. We don't have a full body. We only have the, head and shoulders to work with. So it involves, giving them a little bit of body language, whatever you can. Turn the head a little bit, just to give them some emotion, to have some of the character come through. So with Vader, just turned his head a little bit so Anakin could stare just out of the corner of his eye, stare down Obi-Wan Kenobi, blood boiling, full of Sith rage. Was just how we tried to bring some emotion to this piece. Also added a bit of flow to the cape, again, so it wasn't just a static bust. Give it a little bit of flow, a little bit of direction, and then we had to get that slash in there, part of the damage that he acquires during that duel with Obi-Wan Kenobi in the final episode. With these Legend in 3D busts, one of the most important aspects is the base. We really strive to get something personal to each of the characters to try and tell a story with the base. So with this one, when I first started working on it, I was originally modeling the base after the Bacta tank that you see Anakin floating there earlier on in the series. But as I started to design it, it started to just resemble the original Vader base that we did. With that other Vader bust that I mentioned, I designed the base to look like his meditation chamber. And the meditation chamber and the Bacta tank share some design similarities. So I just felt it started to look too similar to that other base, and I wanted it to be completely different for this one. And, you know, what's more personal to a Sith or a Jedi than their lightsaber? So I immediately decided that was what I needed to do. Also, with some of the previous Legends in 3D busts I had done, Darth Maul, Ahsoka, I designed those bases to look like their lightsabers. So it just made sense to kind of continue that theme and bring it over to this Vader bust. His lightsaber is super personal to him. It's important to his character. And specifically to this moment, which was the duel with Obi-Wan Kenobi, his lightsaber plays a huge part, obviously. So it kind of became a no-brainer to make the base the lightsaber right there. And it just came together in this beautiful piece. It was sculpted by a good friend, Matt Black, who was also a huge Star Wars fan. And it's always cool when these pieces are designed and sculpted by huge Star Wars fans. I think it comes through in the, just in the context of the piece. I think it just shows when we really care about it, and we're just putting everything we love about these characters into our work in this piece. I just think it came out super awesome. Matt did a great job. Thanks to Gentle Giant for giving me the opportunity to work on this piece. And thank you, Miguel, for allowing me to talk about it. I hope everybody digs it. I hope you love it as much as I loved working on it. Thanks, Miguel. Back to you.
Hey, thank you so much, Joe. I really appreciate you jumping onto the show and giving us the artist perspective, your thoughts and ideas on how you came up with this amazing design. Now, the first thing out of the box, as always, is the COA, guys, and it's in form of a placard card. This is only limited to 1,000 pieces, and we're gonna have all the links in the bio of the video like we always do for you guys to go ahead and get yours. But this is a limited piece, and I love everything about this so far, so let's get to the base. Now, like Joe said, he created this bust with the lightsaber of Darth Vader in mind, and this is what's holding up the bust itself. Now, it also shows some consistencies with some of the other Legends in 3D busts, like the Ahsoka and Darth Maul, like he said. So it's gonna look really, really good all next to each other, like they always do. And I really love the fact that they added the lightsaber to this piece. Now, the base is a silver base going into the hilt that holds up the bust. The hilt looks really good. The details are all there. You're gonna see some glossy blacks, some matte blacks, some silvers and grays, but the hilt does look very good. And like I said, I love the fact that they added Darth Vader's saber to this piece. Now, moving off to the chest piece right here, all the other color applications look good as well. Again, the matte blacks, glossy blacks, and you're gonna see the chain right here on the top of his chest holding up that cape that he talked about. So let's get to the cape. The cape looks great. I love all the different wrinkles and stuff that they put into the sculpt. And of course, like he said, it does show movement. It's kind of going off to the side. But my favorite part about this is the big gash in the cape, staying true to the series between Obi-Wan Kenobi fighting Anakin or Darth Vader in that match. And you're gonna see that right there in the back of the cape, those battle scars, right? I love that they included this. I love that gash. It just gives it more movement and it gives it more details to make that bust that much better. Now, as far as size, guys, this is about 11.5 inches tall, about 8.5 inches wide, so they're not too big, but they look really good all next to each other. Now, let's talk about this helmeted portrait, guys. I absolutely love this. I think this is the best part of this bust, and this is what my eyes gravitate to, right? They definitely did not leave any details out. And you're gonna see that right here because you're gonna see all the different layers of the helmet going down to his head. And you're gonna see the scar across the top of his head going down to the wrinkles. His eyes look good, his portrait looks good. And then you're gonna see even some wires coming out of his mouth here on the side, which I thought was really, really cool. Try to get the camera in there so you guys could see. And then you're gonna see the different color applications that you use to show off the burning of the helmet. You're gonna see some copper colors here, and then you're gonna see the black turning into like this almost purplish blue color, showing off the burning effects. And I really, really love that. This detail is quite amazing, guys. And you're gonna see the eyes here, and his portrait looks really, really good. They did a fantastic job sculpting this out, making sure the color applications are on point, and the helmet itself looks really good as well. But you're definitely see some hints of Hayden Christensen right here, and I love that about this bust, and this is what makes this bust so special, guys. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Let us know if you think this is an awesome piece to have in your collection. Let us know if this is one of your favorite moments from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. And guys, as always, follow us on X, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. And don't forget to subscribe to Toy Quest 101. Thank you so much, Joe, for being on the show, and Gentle Giant. And we'll see you guys on another episode. Bye, guys.